Hello everyone. In this video, I want to show you around Nara Park, Japan. Nara Park hosts a lot of the oldest historical buildings surrounded by great nature and wildlife. This video will give you some tips and knowledge that will make your visit more meaningful. Also, I want to explain the important relationship between deer and the local shrine. Now, let's go to Nara. I will go to Nara from JR Tsuruhashi Station and transfer to Kintetsu Nara Station by Kintetsu Line. Get out of the JR ticket gate and buy a new ticket for Kintetsu Line up to Kintetsu Nara Station. Then insert both JR and Kintetsu tickets into the Kintetsu gate and you will receive Kintetsu ticket only. Now we are inside Kintetsu Line. Take the Nara Line. Express train will be fast and convenient. If you are staying around Namba, just get on the Kintetsu rail at Kintetsu Namba Station at Nara Line bound for Kintetsu Nara Station. JR Rail also has Nara Station, but you will have to walk for more than 20 minutes to the deer park. I arrived at Kintetsu Nara Station. At the station entrance, there is a famous statue. Who is he? He is a Buddhist monk named Gyoki who made a great contribution to the establishment of Todaiji Temple. For the record, his grandmaster is Xuanzang, the Chinese monk who traveled to India. His adventure in 629 is depicted in a Chinese fictional book, The Journey to the West. The book writes his adventure with his team. And the monkey guy has the power paw. Aren't we familiar with the power paw? Yes, this book inspired the Japanese manga Dragon Ball. Keep walking to east direction for 5 minutes. How many deer are there in this park? 1,300 deer are in the park, but there were only 79 deer in 1945. Bring cash to buy the food for deer. What is this cookie made of? It's rice bran and flour. Japanese started feeding this food in 1672. Actually, we can also eat it if you are so hungry. Deer like flower petal of plum trees and sakura cherry blossoms. Deer is considered a messenger and assistant of a Japanese god. I will explain later. By the way, do they actually bow? When I was a kid more than 30 years ago, I wonder if they were bowing. One research suggests that deer learned how to get the deer cookie when more tourists started bowing to them. Therefore, it might not be Japanese who trained deer how to bow. It could be by tourists. Toro lantern is set to pray for God and Buddha who purify our spirit. Nara attracts a lot of tourists, but this area is still less crowded than Kyoto. Now, let's go to see the great Buddha at Todaiji Temple. This is Todaiji Nandaimon, the great south gate of the temple. It was originally established in 752 but collapsed in 962 and burned down in 1180. In 1203, the gate was reconstructed and this wooden building is more than 820 years old now. 18 sets of large wooden poles are the major frameworks that are connected to other horizontal bars, and that makes the building stand so strong. To keep the elegant roof that is quite heavy, a lot of smaller woods are used to support those loads. There are two guardians called Nyozo. They look so scary. 3,000 wooden parts were put together to make this one-piece figure by a method called Yoseki technique. Sometimes you may see Shinto gate even inside the territory of Buddhist temples. Why is that? In the 6th century, Japanese-owned Shinto religion made one step toward Buddhism. Buddhism also got closer to Shinto religion in the 8th century, and they were helping together to help those prayers since. This is the entrance of the main building of Todaiji temple. By the way, who made this temple? What for? In 743, the Emperor Shomu made an order to establish the Great Buddha to pray and help the people who were suffering from hunger and pandemic. 2 years later, the project started and completed after 9 years. This temple, however, got burned down in the past and was rebuilt in 1692. So what we are looking at right now is about 330 years old. Some parts of the building remain original. This octagon lantern is the original, made in 752. This is one of the oldest wooden buildings that still exist in the world. This is the very first Buddha statue that was made in Japan, and this is the beginning of making Buddha statues all over Japan until now. Incense is believed to remove desires and impurities, so I have to do this a lot. We usually call this Nara Buddha, but the official name is Lushana Butsu. The name stands for knowledge and charity. It took 9 years to make this Buddha by 2.6 million citizens, which accounted for 40% of the entire Japanese population at that time. So, this was quite a national project, wasn't it? The statue next to the great Buddha is also a Buddha called Kokuzo Bosatsu. He has grand knowledge and kindness. So, how was the great Buddha manufactured? First, the framework was made out of bamboo and other trees. Secondly, mud and gypsum were coated to make a model. The profile was made with clay to design mold. In between Buddha profile and mold, copper heated to 1000 degrees Celsius was injected to make metal frame. Since the Buddha statue is so tall, mud land was made gradually for high elevation work. Once all the casting was complete, soils and casting devices were all removed. Lastly, Buddha's face was coated with gold. Therefore, the inner space of this statue was supported by 3 bars only, and it's almost empty. What is he expressing by his hands? The right hand gestures, "Don't be afraid." So it's encouragement. His left hand shows his willingness to listen to the people's wishes. This pillar hole is the same size as the nose of the Buddha statue. If you successfully pass through this hole, you are supposed to be more healthy and richer. Different deer gets hungry at different time, so we'd better off keeping the leftover of deer cookies just in case. You may see their horn depending on the season. When do they cut the horn? Each autumn season in October and November, their horns are cut. It's not painful, just like cutting our nails. There are so many deer, so there must be a lot of poops in the park, but it does not smell so bad. Why is that? It's dung beetle who are disintegrating the properties, so it won't smell bad. I owe you, dung beetles. This is Kasuga Taisha. This shrine has a close relationship with deer. This holy place was made upon arrival of the Shinto god called Takemikazuchi no Mikoto. And this god came here with deer. That is the reason why deer is considered a messenger and assistant of the god. Therefore, we may not offend deer or any animals anywhere. Just so you know, there are 3,000 sets of Toro lamps in this shrine, but there are only 15 sets of them that are marked Kasuga Daimyojin. If you find more than 3 sets of those, you are supposed to be a millionaire. This is Gyoki, or holy sake alcohol that is served for the god. Many temples and shrines around here are registered at UNESCO World Heritage. In Japan, there are 80,000 shrines and 77,000 temples. Japanese shrines are officially repaired every 20 years, and there are only 2 shrines which made this ceremony for more than 60 times or 1200 years. It's Kasuga Shrine here and Izujingu Shrine in Mie Prefecture. In front of the south entrance, there is a holy stone. This is called Shutsugen Ishi Appearance Stone. It is believed that one of the gods called Akadoji emerged out of this stone. It's January 2nd today, and a lot of Japanese are on holidays, so there are a lot of visitors. Visitors tighten their fortune-telling papers. The street is paved with small stones, and you may be tired of walking easily. From the entrance to the main shrine, it takes 15 minutes. Deer leave from the park during the daytime sometimes, and all of them disappear in the evening. Where do they go? Those deer are local wildlife, and they are somewhere in the park yet. Most of them are sleeping under trees inside this shrine, and they will be back to visitors' site in the morning. Another question is, how old are they? There are 3 times as many females as males, so males should be popular all the time. For this walking tour from Kintetsu Nara Station to Nara Park to Todaiji Temple to Kasuga Taisha Shrine and back to Kintetsu Nara Station, I spent 2.5 hours. But there are more historical assets in this city. You can stop by many valuable architectures such as Nigatsudo, Kofukuji Temple, Shosoin Warehouse, and some famous lakes, and have some lunch or coffee breaks if you can spend the whole day. Thank you for watching this video. If you are more interested in Nara now, give me good evaluation and subscribe me for future videos. See you soon!